And we're back with Clearly Blind Productions. Today we're going to talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So what happened is that we watched Doctor Strange and the
Multiverse of Madness
today. And it was a lot. There was a lot that happened. Let's start it off with Wanda. Cold-blooded murderer. Not a mom. Not a mom. Just a cold-blooded murderer.
Let's get down to brass tacks there. If you haven't seen it, don't listen to this one. But that movie was the closest thing I think I've seen in any MCU film. Not only close to being a horror movie, because let's be fair, Multiverse of Madness was the closest thing that I've seen to a good horror movie in the MCU. Not only that, but a good PG-13 horror movie in general recently.
Yep.
Because, like, we've talked a lot about La Llorona and The Boy, but this was scarier.
Yeah.
This was a superhero movie, and I was actually legitimately frightened at parts.
Right.
They make the Scarlet Witch horrifying in some scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there are some scenes that will make you question the rating of the movie. Because, I mean, let's just start it off. Let's go big or go home. She blows a dude's head out. Like, out the fucking side. Like,
Black Bolt's head just fucking pops and collapses in.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I put my hands on my mouth. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
What is this rated?
Yeah, that was immediately what I thought too when I seen that. I was like...
Here's what Sam Raimi did. Alright, look here, Sam Raimi. I've watched a lot of your movies. And I appreciate a lot of it, man. But, dude, they handed you all the fan service you could give a Marvel fan. You said, you know what? I'll give you Krasinski in a Reed Richard outfit, and then I'm gonna shred him to shit. I'll give you a good Black Bolt. I'm gonna pop his skull. I'm gonna give you a Professor X, and I'm gonna snap his neck. Damn, I could not believe it. Yep. I was so excited.
Captain
to see
Carter fans, you got her. She got cut in half.
I really did think that, you know, here's the thing. I never anticipated Wanda being the villain.
No, I didn't either. I was not expecting that. The trailers not once hinted at that. We definitely thought there was a bigger bet. Even as the movie progressed within the first 30 minutes or so, we were still thinking there's somebody else behind it.
I was thinking Nightmare, Shumagorath, Baron Mordo, Mephisto. It could have been anybody. And then when the Illuminati showed up and Wanda blew up Black Bolt's head, I was just like, oh, okay, she's the villain.
Yeah, there's no redemption.
Yeah, you blatantly killed two people there.
Right. In a matter of not even fucking minutes.
Seconds. In a matter of seconds, you've killed two superheroes who have never been on the big screen.
Right.
In these iterations.
Murderer.
Yeah, just murdered.
Yeah, like she straight up is to Mr. Fantastic. Is your wife alive? He's all like yes, and he's all because he's a father of two children, and she's just all like good, they'll be loved, and fucking she just unravels him,
shreds him,
like just fucking no.
It's amazing. It's a horror movie. It's what it is. There's no other way to describe it. It is Sam Raimi making a fucking horror movie. He takes such excellent shots in this movie. The cinematography is top notch.
Oh yeah.
In Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
Some of the CG's a little wonky, like you can tell, but it doesn't even really matter because of how it's set up, of how things are going. Yep. Like, I'm all for your big budgets. I'm all for Disney being the only reason that movie theaters are open right now. Because because the Eternals, let's be fair, I mean, I went and seen it in theaters. I was, I needed to know some shit, because I have to keep up with this stuff at this point, or just never know what's happening anymore. But after seeing that, man, I'm invested in the new phase. I've already watched all the shows except for Hawkeye and Moon Knight, and I'm gonna watch those sometime soon. But my goodness, Wanda. The only person I ever thought that deserved to have a redemption arc. Because here's the thing. I'm actually a really big comic book nerd. And I kind of felt like it was like the whole House of M thing. But even in the comic books, man, just villainy. It was Wanda as a Brotherhood of Evil Mutants villain.
Yeah.
As Wanda did start off, right? You have to remember, they started her off as that, and this was basically just House of M Wanda just destroying people. People misunderstand how strong the Scarlet Witch is. In House of M, at the end of it, she said, Daddy, no more mutants, and depowered all the mutants on Earth except for 198 of them. Mm-hmm. And she can do what she wants. There's not a lot of people that can stop the Scarlet Witch. Yeah. That's why even like Thanos, when in Endgame, she just picked him up and started ripping him to shit. Mm-hmm. Like, she put Vision in a hole. Like, there's not a whole lot that can stop Wanda.
Mm-hmm. Wanda stops Wanda.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to stop Wanda is Wanda.
Yeah. Wanda has to stop herself. Which, I mean... if anybody deserved a happy ending or redemption arcs or anything like that, it was definitely Wanda. She did not deserve to have her brother killed, her husband killed, or love interest, whatever you want to call him, and then just never able to have children. That was pretty much ripped from her as well. Like, it's just the whole... And then if you haven't seen WandaVision, I mean, that whole situation was fucking heartbreaking to watch.
Even that kind of felt like a horror TV show at certain points.
Yep.
Like, where it just was really, like, vaguely hinting at some really offhanded things going on. And I know there was a lot of conspiracies about it, who it was going to be. Spoiler alert, turns out it was Agatha Harkness. But, I mean, she was just there. Wanda still did that shit.
Yeah.
But, I mean... It really shows you what some of these people are capable of in the MCU, which is why it's not a good thing to want to live in a world full of superheroes, because even in DC's old animated stuff with Justice League Unlimited, the Green Arrow is just he's just a guy. He's just a guy with a bow and arrow. Batman's just a guy with money. Well, Green Arrow also has a lot of money. But point of it is that when people like Wanda and Captain Marvel exist, what are people like Hawkeye supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly. Which, speaking of which, in the movie she's all like, why don't you get another Avenger? But you and I went through and we're all like, who's even left? Hawkeye, the Falcon, the Winter Soldier, Ant-Man,
War Machine.
These are people.
Yeah, these are just dudes.
Yeah, these are just dudes with suits and fucking... one of them's a superhuman, technically. The Winter Soldier, he has the super serum in him. Yeah. But these are all dudes. Like, even Doctor Strange is nothing without his fucking ring, his cape, his fucking...
medallion, the Eye of Agamotto.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just a surgeon with broken hands. Like, legitimately, most of the MCU currently, because Cap's gone, Tony's gone.
Yep.
Not Wanda. Well, I mean, spoiler alert, Wanda's gone.
Yeah, Wanda's dead now.
Vision, no one knows where he went. Thor's in space with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I mean, the Avengers have been...
Then you got Banner as well. But but let's face it, Banner is just a human with gamma radiation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're talking about, like, everybody is just a person except for Wanda and Thor. Everybody else were just people.
Yeah. At this point, Wanda and Thor. And, I mean, I'll give it to Banner because Professor Hulk. But even if you watch Shang-Chi, he's Banner in that. He's not the Hulk. He's not Professor Hulk. He's just Mark Ruffalo.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, Shang-Chi. Still just a guy.
Just a dude.
Yeah, so, I mean... What did Doctor Strange expect? I mean, she's like, can't you get another Avenger? And like he said... Who?
Yeah.
Who else is there?
Yeah. Please enlighten me on who is knows magic better than me or fucking Wong. Like, nobody.
Here's the thing I was always really confused about. Is Wong the Sorcerer Supreme in this?
Yes. He's been the Sorcerer Supreme since
the Ancient One passed.
No. Doctor Strange was the Sorcerer Supreme for a period of time, but it was stripped from him after the Time Stone incident.
Oh.
Yeah, with the time stone incident. The time stone incident happened, and it was deemed that he was not fit to be Sorcerer Supreme
because he passed off the time stone.
And instead of that's exactly what it was. He gave away the time stone, and that's why.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, yeah, no, but yeah,
that was a great movie, by the way. Wanda, it was definitely Wanda and the Multiverse of Madness.
It definitely felt like.
Wanda's.
It definitely felt like Scarlet Witch's movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked the strange stuff in it. I like that they show at least 3 different iterations of Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's definitely a movie because it's definitely his movie because it's his thing, but it's also Wanda's thing, and.
Well, I mean, you gotta think about it this way. I mean, it's the antagonist and the protagonist.
Yeah.
And it's both their movie.
But I mean, here's my thinking on it, though. She is an Avenger. Mm-hmm. She was there for all of the things. All the things that went wrong in the universe, Wanda has been there for since Age of Ultron.
Yep.
Civil War, she fought in it. When Thanos appeared in Wakanda, she fought it. When... Thanos appeared in New York when at the end of Endgame, she fought him. Wanda's been there. Wanda's tried. Wanda's fought. Wanda has lost a lot of shit.
Nobody has lost as much as Wanda.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's why you and I think that's I think that's why both of us feel like she deserved something. Because she lost everything.
Wanda deserves better. Now, mind you, I'm not saying it's a bad movie, and I'm not saying I would have it any other way.
No,
she makes an excellent villain.
Yes. Oh, it was
because she's relatable.
Movie. Right. Exactly. That's a great point to bring up because I was telling you that yes, I feel like with Wanda. And you almost feel bad for wanting her to lose because you agree with a lot of the reasoning behind what she's doing. She wants a family. She wants what everybody else in the universe has but her. She has seen multiple iterations of her kids alive throughout the multiverse, and it seems like to her, she's the only one without in that universe.
Agreed. It makes an excellent villain. I think, in my personal opinion, it's one of the better MCU films, if not top 3. Mm-hmm. I think if I count Infinity War with Endgame, that's number 1. Mm-hmm. Thor Ragnarok is number 2.
Yep.
And Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is number 3.
Yep. All for different reasons.
Yes. Thor Ragnarok is absolutely the funniest to me.
Yep.
And Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame are just these huge set pieces of spectacle.
Yep.
Give us all the things. Give us all what we wanted to see.
For fan service.
Yes.
Fan service wise.
This was huge fan service. And it was taken away immediately
afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was there for it, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Krasinski looks amazing as Reed Richards. So, look here. Please give us more Reed Richards. Here's what I'm thinking. So I was talking to you about this earlier. Mm-hmm. I have no idea where they're going to go with this because it is about this whole thing is going to be about Kang the Conqueror.
Has to be.
Yeah, because the introduction of the multiverse, it will lead into Kang. That's just where we're going with it. Yeah. But there's always that weird subplot about what I'm assuming is the Dark Avengers. But here's another thing. They're introducing a lot of young Avengers too. Mm-hmm. We have
setups for a lot of different things.
We have setups for a lot of different Avengers teams.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering the way that Thanos was set up is he wasn't the initial big bad. You knew that he was coming after the Avengers, but it took another event. Yeah, it took 5 years before he showed up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Thanos was just like the hidden hand behind everything, and we already know that Kang is going to be one of the big bads because of Loki, and he's also the villain in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yep.
But where do the Dark Avengers lead in? Secret Invasion is a show that's going to happen. Armor Wars is coming up. But in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they introduced Fontaine, and she's building. She already got a U.S. agent on her side. She's already got Yelena Belova on her side, and it's just I'm super curious as to where Marvel's and Disney are going with this, because if you can give me my Dark Avengers, absolutely, please give me Dark Avengers. You give me Young Avengers, please, absolutely. I want to see how they do Hulkling. Give me more Avengers. Give me Avengers teams. I'll be invested in this shit till I die or you stop making them. But here's what I want. The only way that Kang can work in this kind of setup is a convergence or a battle world. And I really fucking hope it's battle world. I hope different iterations of Kang have different teams of superheroes and supervillains that have to go to one planet and battle it out for who gets to be the universe. The new sacred timeline. I want to see it. That's how you have to do it. Battle world.
For it.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it for sure. Because there's not really any other ways that they can get any of this to come together like that. I mean, there's nothing. What's next? What can you do next other than that?
That's what I've been trying to think, man. Like, the only other things that they could really do on a scale of that. Here's my question: where do the Celestials take place in this? Because the Eternals introduced that, and then Star Fox, which is Thanos' brother, he shows up. Where does that go? Where are these Eternals? Where are the Eternals leading the MCU? Because it says the Eternals will return. Mind you, the movie kind of bombed, but it's still part of your canon.
Yeah.
So they have to do something in it. So, I mean, you've already introduced major celestial characters, and what I'm thinking it's going to be is it's going to lead, don't quote me on this, Galactus.
Which was the other big bad of Hidden Hand.
Yes, I think Galactus will be the reason that a lot of things come to a close in this one. I feel like the only thing that you can throw against a guy like Kang or people like Kang will be Galactus.
Yep.
You're gonna have to have a multiversal thing of Avengers come together, and Galactus may be a part of it. Because, I mean, there was something similar in the thing called, in the comic, The Ultimates. Not the original Ultimates, but where a bunch of cosmic entities got together.
Yeah.
But I want to see Galactus. You gave me Reed, give me Galactus. Give me a good Galactus. I'm tired of evil space clouds. That attitude's full of shit. I don't understand why people make evil space clouds. Give me Galactus.
Yep.
Big dude, horns, Pope hat.
What he looks like.
Purple.
What
giant.
he is.
I'm ready for it.
Right.
We are at a point in movies where
it can be done.
Yeah, even like people who just watch these movies for the entertainment factor, they were like, oh, well, that guy kind of looks goofy. Who fucking cares? You're making billions of dollars. Give us a traditional Galactus.
Yep.
You could even do, I'll even accept this one. Give me Ultimate Galactus, where it's just a bunch of ships and they shoot at evil, weird Silver Surfers with like 8 rows of teeth. That was a cool comic book, but I'll even accept that one. Just give me something comic book oriented. No space clouds, no parallaxes.
That's somebody they haven't fucking introduced ever either. They've mentioned Galactus in the new MCU, the one that's canon now, but they've never shown Silver Surfer.
When did they mention Galactus?
What did they not mention Galactus in the first Avengers movie?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
I want to watch it now.
Okay, they never mentioned Galactus.
Okay.
But those were also basically just guys, except for Thor. Everyone was guys except for Thor and the Hulk.
The Hulk's a guy.
I beg to differ, but anyway. But point of it is, Galactus has never been mentioned or brought up. The only time that he was ever... Now, I would like to see Silver Surfer first, honestly. I would love to see how they would do a Silver Surfer.
Maybe
in
I'm
the
just
MCU.
getting confused with the fucking the Fantastic Four movies. I
Yes.
could be. Because I know for sure that Galactus has mentioned that.
Yes.
And he's the cloud dude that you're talking about.
Yeah, I hate that because they did the same thing in the fucking awful Green Lantern movie. They just showed a big space cloud and it was supposed to be Parallax. Parallax is a giant yellow bug demon. Give me that. I don't care. I'm invested in this nonsense that you've been producing since I was 18 years old. I'm 32. Give me a big purple helmeted space guy. I'm ready for it.
Right.
Even the Silver Surfer, like that's kind of a silly concept, but you made it work. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Rise of the Silver Surfer, he looked great.
Oh yeah. I didn't hate the original Fantastic Four movies.
I didn't, dude. Okay, let's be fair. Michael Chiklis made it great. The Thing.
Yes. I agree. 100%. He made those movies, in my opinion.
Chris Evans, you were so small back then.
Yeah. But like I said, dude, I really didn't hate those movies. I thought they were good. Granted, I was a child when those came out, but to me, like even as I've watched them after I've gotten older, still don't hate them.
I don't hate them. I see them for what they were as a part of
They were building on what the MCU is now.
They were trying to. But here's the thing. What they were trying to do, I actually watched another podcast about this one. The plan is that the third Fantastic Four movie and the fourth X-Men movie were going to be a crossover.
Uh-huh.
Because they were both owned by 20th Century Fox, which, by the way, if you didn't know, isn't a company anymore. Disney bought it for $40 billion. But what they were going to do is they were going to take the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, have a crossover where Professor X stole Magneto's powers. He removed his powers, like he blocked them off because of Magneto. And he was going to become a psionic entity called Onslaught. Onslaught was going to steal the children of Reed and Susan Storm, Valeria and Nathaniel Richards. And because Nathaniel Richards in the comic books is one of the most powerful beings in existence. You think Wanda's powerful? She's nothing compared to Nathaniel Richards. He's an Omega level mutant with beyond reality warping capabilities. Give me Reed so I can have Nathaniel. Nathaniel gained so much power to a point, dude, that he has Galactus as his herald. He can summon Galactus to help him fight battles.
Really?
It's how powerful Nathaniel Richards becomes.
Interesting.
And even back in the 90s, now we're reaching a little far here, but in the 90s, Nathaniel Richards and Hope Summers also have a child. And that guy conquers the universe.
What's his name?
Jonathan Reed Richards or something like that?
Named after his uncle?
Yeah, something like that. No, named after his grandfather. Named after Jonathan named after Jonathan for the Human Torch. Yeah, so it'd be named after his father and uncle. Or grandfather and great uncle. Yeah. But yeah, even that guy, he's called Hyperstorm, by the way. Silly 90s shit, but whatever. I like the 90s. Anyway, but yeah, give us the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, we want the Fantastic Four. I'm pretty sure most everybody is in agreement on that.
Give me the Fantastic Four before you give me the X-Men. It would be much easier to do. It makes more sense that the Skrulls will be there. And fucking you can introduce Annihilus. Now, Annihilus would be a good enemy to introduce the Fantastic Four on, because Annihilus is also an enemy of the cosmic superheroes. So that would be a good meeting point for the Guardians and for the Fantastic Four. And you could do Annihilation Wave. Annihilation Wave would be a perfect movie. It is big spectacle. You could have like a Thanos level threat, and you can really introduce a lot of spacefaring superheroes. Adam Warlock, a Nova finally, because they did Nova Centurions and stuff, but they never gave us a Nova as a hero. Give us a Nova, Quasar.
That would be perfect in the sense of there are no Avengers right now. Give us some spacefaring superheroes.
Yes, take it to space, mix them up with the Eternals. We can have an annihilation wave. It's a thing that you can do. You have all the money in the universe, and you have mine. So, I mean, take it. Take it. I'll pay for an annihilation wave. I want to see it. I want to see the Silver Surfer just go into space and join up with Nova, Quasar, Captain Marvel, maybe a couple different iterations of her. Give me, oh my god, I forgot her name. Just give me all of them. Give me a Captain Universe. Adam fucking Warlock, man. I've been waiting for Adam Warlock for like a decade now. Show me Adam Warlock. Because Infinity War in the comic books, or Infinity Gauntlet, it was only won because of Adam Warlock. Give me Adam Warlock. I'm ready for it. Please, Adam Warlock and Nova. Adam Warlock and Nova. The kid that was at Tony's funeral. The kid from Iron Man 3. Make him fucking Nova. Do it. He's done nothing else. He's been in 2 movies. Make him Nova. Give him the Nova Force. I'm here for it. It doesn't have to be Richard Rider. Just give me a Nova.
Yep.
But also, here's what I'm also concerned about. I'm really upset that both Wanda and Quicksilver are dead. So no Scarlet Witch, no Quicksilver. In the first movie that we saw Professor X in what, over 5 years now? Well, I mean, Sir Patrick Stewart. I haven't seen him in any X-Men movies except for... What was the last movie he showed up in? Days of Future Past? By the way, the best X-Men movie. But,
yeah. What, how... Here's the thing that I'm confused about. How can they even put the, X-Men into that universe at this point?
Well, here's was my thinking, was Wanda was going to do it. Because, like I told you in House of M, Wanda was like, Daddy, no more mutants. And I thought she was going to feel, in trying to bring her children back into it, she was just going to create her kind. Or something of the like. I mean, it could probably still be done. What I'm thinking they're going to do is they're going to introduce universes that already have mutants. And they're going to have a mass migration of the multiverse when they recreate the... Sacred Timeline. Heroes that haven't appeared in the MCU already will be there, and it will just reboot their continuity. So maybe there'll be a new Cap, a new Iron Man, but I think that the new Iron Man might be Ironheart. The new Captain America might be, well, I mean, currently it's Sam Wilson, the Falcon.
Yeah. So
in my opinion, I think that what they're going to do is they're just going to do a hard reboot, and that the MCU will continue on with fresh faces, and it will have all these people that needed to be in it from the get-go, but Marvel didn't have all the rights to until now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you'll have your X-Men, you'll have your Fantastic Four, like they were never not part of it.
Yeah.
But that creates another problem. Will it recreate the villains that they've already defeated? Thanos.
Yeah.
Who else? Thanos. A lot of their villains are dead.
There's gonna be another
Ultron. Loki.
Yeah.
There's some good villains in Marvel. Green Goblin coming back, an Oscorp in the MCU, a different iteration of Venom. Because if you haven't seen either of the Venoms, some of him gets left behind.
Oh yeah,
no one remembers
in that universe.
Yeah, no one remembers Spider-Man. Yeah. So I mean, no one remembers Peter Parker. Everyone remembers Spider-Man, but no one knows who Peter Parker is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it all remains to be seen. There's a lot of ways, narrative-wise, that these things can go. And I think what it's gonna happen is the big setup is gonna be that Sony will also be involved with the big ending crossover. That's why, yet again, spoiler alert, that the Vulture showed up with Morbius.
Yeah.
Vulture, Morbius, and Venom will probably show up and assist the heroes at some point.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot that fucking Morbius and Venom are in the same fucking universe, and Vulture shows up. I forgot about that.
So I think a bunch of like Spider-Man-esque characters are going to start showing up at the pinnacle of Convergence or Battle World or whatever they call it. Mm-hmm. But these teams are all going to start colliding until this big merger thing happens where they've all existed in the same thing. And then you might get your Midnight Suns and Daredevil's there because he showed up in Spider-Man. Wilson Fisk showed up. Vincent D'Onofrio, who I love, he was in Hawkeye. Just give it to me, bro. Just give me this universe that's complete.
Yeah. That's all we want. We want a full MCU in its complete entirety of all
of it.
Yes.
And here's the thing. I'm going to be fucking 40 before you do it, and I'm still cool with it. I was 18 when Iron Man came out. I'm invested.
Oh my god. You know what I just thought about?
What's that?
We're going to be Star Wars fans. That's what's going to end up happening. We're going to be these old Star Wars fans walking around 50 fucking years old still watching.
Talking about A New Hope all day, every day? Yeah, dude, I do that now. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm talking about like they started, because they would have started around the same time that we did with the MCU.
Yeah, true.
You know,
yeah, when they just... Yep.
They were gonna be bitching about the fucking
the continuity, dude. We're not talking about Star Wars on this one.
No, we can talk about that one in the next episode. But,
yeah, we'll talk about Star Wars later.
But it'll be, you see what I'm saying? It'll be like that for us, but the MCU, because we've been watching it since we were fucking practically children.
Yeah,
and like, you know. If we just have,
I can't believe it, man. Iron Man came out 2008, dude. I was 18 years old, and here it is, 2022, and I'm just sitting here thinking how I miss RDJ.
Yep, I would have been 13 or 14.
Yeah, it's been a long time. We've been watching these movies a majority of our adult lives.
Yep,
and they're still good. Like, you have some misses, like. Everyone always says that The Incredible Hulk is one of the ones that they just don't like. I loved The Incredible Hulk.
That's only because that's still within the time. It's still within the time that they didn't know for sure what they were doing with the MCU.
Right.
It was within the first couple of movies. Iron Man,
the Hulk, Thor, and then it was Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yeah.
And then it was the Avengers.
And that's what. Yeah. The Avengers is what made in the MCU.
Yeah.
After they finally brought everybody together, you know. And I feel like part of the reason why the people don't like the Incredible Hulk is because it's not Mark Ruffalo. I feel like that's what throws people off when they watch it.
Edward Norton did a good job as the Hulk.
I agree.
Edward Norton terrifies me to no end. Every day I look behind me and expect to see Mark Ruffalo there. He's going to punch me in the ear. He scares me. There's never a movie that I've seen him in that he doesn't fight somebody. And ever since American History X, Fight Club, and The Incredible Hulk, no, I'm not fighting Edward Norton. Edward Norton will kick my fucking teeth in. I am terrified of him. I don't care how old he is. Mm-hmm. I feel like Edward Norton is the scrappiest little bastard in the world.
Yep.
And he's cemented that in my mind from movies since I was a child.
Yep. He fights in every movie I've ever seen Edward Norton in.
Yes.
You're right.
Not even like good all the time. Like in Fight Club, he gets better. In The Incredible Hulk, he's the Hulk when he fights. But in American History X, yeah, he fights. In Birdman, or Birdman with Michael Keaton, he fights. It's a little like scrappy, but yeah, he was in his underwear.
There's another movie I've seen him in where he's like a detective or something. He fights in it. I can't remember what it's called, but I've seen him as a detective somewhere, and he fights in it.
Yeah, I'm not fighting Edward Norton. Look behind my back every day, hoping Edward Norton's not there. Hasn't happened yet, but the odds of Edward Norton being behind me are absolutely never zero. So, and he might just be having a bad day. I'm gonna go up talk to him because it's fucking Edward Norton. I'm like, hey man. And he's going to punch me square in the nose.
Yep.
And I'm not going to brag about it because I got beat up by Edward Norton.
Most people are going to be like, who?
I love Edward Norton so much. Do not... Edward Norton, I sincerely doubt this, but if you ever listen to this podcast, just know that This is only out of endearment. I both fear and respect you, Edward Norton.
Yep. Man. But yeah, I think that's what the hang-up is with the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. Eric Bana did not do a good job, but Eric Bana, also, you're a great actor. I love movies that have Eric Bana in them. The Hulk by Ang Lee, not a good movie. Really weird. Nick Nolte, he's just in there fucking chewing scenery, bro. I loved it. I love watching Nick Nolte just bite into a fucking set of cables and electrocute himself. It's weird. I feel like Nick Nolte just kind of showed up and did that. But anyway, and they were like, yeah, we'll put this in the movie. But, it's amazing. I absolutely love, the silliness of that movie. I do not take it seriously as a superhero movie, though. Like I would Blade or the X-Men. The Incredible Hulk, I take seriously as a movie. And it's one I actually enjoy. Yeah. Also, Emil Blonsky, the guy that plays Emil Blonsky, does a great job. Like, I wanted more of the Abomination when it showed that Wong was fighting him in Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. Also, Shang-Chi, so good. I actually really love Shang-Chi. I hope that he is one of the leading Avengers forthcoming. Give me Shang-Chi and the Black Knight fighting next to each other. I'm gonna love it. Shang-Chi, Black Knight, Moon Knight, Blade. He's supposed to show up sometime soon. His voice was in the end of Eternals. Give me people. Give me more characters. I will buy. I will spend money.
Yeah. We will go. We will go and watch it. All of it.
And I will bitch about it on this podcast.
Yeah.
That, like, my friends listen to, probably.
Yeah. I want everybody.
I also want to... Look, it was Stan Lee's dying wish. Let's be fair. Rest in peace, Stan the Man Lee. But one of his wishes was to see these movies make it. That his creations were all under one house. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, they didn't treat him like they did George Lucas, where they put on the fucking ears and gave him a lightsaber and a leash and shit. But, you know, they treated Stan Lee with more respect than they did George Lucas. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, Stan Lee doesn't go back to his comic books and put in the word McClunky into them.
McClunky.
Go back, bro. You have Disney Plus. Go. We're watching A New Hope just to that scene, okay?
Yep.
All right. But,
oh man.
But this is not about Star Wars.
No, not yet. It's just the next hour.
Yeah, we're definitely getting to Star Wars.
Yeah,
but
and it'll come up eventually because this. I don't even want to talk about the goddamn lightsaber on my fucking table.
Oh my god, we're good. We will talk about it, just not right now.
Because I'm telling you, who own a saber? I'm coming after you, goddammit.
No, what if they're a sponsor? we have to get Own a Saber as a sponsor. Please don't.
I'm fucking watching you. You better get me what I will paid for. Goddamn you.
Save it for the Star Wars podcast in the next hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, absolutely. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Go see it. It's great.
It was great.
Benedict Cumberbatch does a great job. Elizabeth Olsen does an amazing job.
I think it was scarier than Morbius. And Morbius was supposed to be more of like a horror thing.
Well, I mean, I don't know who directed Morbius, but I can tell you this right now. Sam Raimi still got it, man. Sure like, does. I watched, what was it called? Drag Me to Hell. I mean, I can't tell if that was supposed to be serious or not. It was bad. I didn't like it. It was too goofy, but not in the way that the Evil Deads were, or Army of Darkness, which I personally love all three. Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, and Evil Dead 2, just chef's kiss. Just amazing stuff. As what most people who watch those think. Bruce Campbell, just, But Drag Me to Hell, not his best work. Sam Raimi also did the original 3 Spider-Man. Loved all of them. That's like my childhood is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Yep. But you get
the third one wasn't like great.
That's because studios wanted to introduce Venom. He wanted Vulture.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, bro. The cinematography in that movie, just the angles that everything was shot when doors are closing, and the really weird close-ups of Wanda's face, a lot of them. It's really unsettling.
Yeah.
I thought Zombie Strange was going to be the weird part of it. He was like really
tamed, honestly, in comparison to Wanda, because Wanda has. I love the fact that they would. It wasn't. They never did it for more than like a couple of seconds, but they would show Wanda in her corrupted kind of where she's grayed out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like her skin's grayed out, but they only showed it like milliseconds or seconds at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like you never got too much of the what's the word I'm looking for?
Like her personal corruption.
Yeah.
The part that really got me is when she's climbing through that mirror. There's a scene in it where she's climbing through a mirror and she just contorts out and then just acts like she's not a monster. And I'm like,
yeah.
You're an Avenger though, right? Like you're still a good guy here, right? I'm arguing it in my head to see if Wanda is still a good guy and she's just not.
No. By the end of that movie, she is 100% the bad guy. Like her kids are screaming at her. Like, don't hurt us. It's bad. She is 100% the bad guy, and then just never gets redeemed. It's excuse me. It's really bad. It's I cannot say it enough times. You know, I love the movie, but Wanda deserved better than that. She really did, especially after because like the Wanda Vision show is what really. You know, because you know you watch the movies, and you know you start feeling for Wanda, but the Wanda Vision show just really put a connection with her, and it made you understand like why she was feeling the way she was feeling, and how she just wanted to fucking have a family. That's all that Wanda Vision was Wanda yearning for a family. And then it is 100% ripped away from her. And as she says in the movie, she breaks the rules and she's the bad guy because she wants a family. Fucking people like Doctor Strange breaks the rules and they're, you know, made to be like the greatest hero of the earth. You know, like it's just really fucked up that Wanda just literally does not catch a break.
She does have a point. After like taking it in and thinking about it, she does. She was captured by Strucker, made into a monster to attack the Avengers. She does it. They redeem her once, or let's not even say they redeemed her. Hawkeye redeemed her, and they end up saving the world from Ultron.
Yep. And
then she fights. But even Civil War, Captain America Civil War is about what Wanda did. That was just the last straw on Lagos. Mm-hmm. She throws a explosion up in the air and it blows up a building, right?
Yeah.
She made a mistake. Mm-hmm. She has superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
These are criminals with like super turbo punchy powers.
Yeah. Yeah, Wanda is made out to be the bad guy more often than not.
Yes.
And it's just not... And it's just not held to the same... She is, for some reason, held to higher standards than the rest of the Avengers around her. And why?
And dead ass, most of them are just criminals.
Yeah.
Black Widow, just because she works for a defunct military organization, doesn't make her a good person.
Mm-mm.
She did straight up as a spy that worked for Russia.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing for Hawkeye. Originally, he was just a SHIELD guy. He was just a SHIELD goon. And let's be fair, SHIELD was just Hydra.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them, and he murdered numerous people during the blip.
Yep.
He killed all kinds of people in cold blood.
Yes.
And he's still alive.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? I mean...
But they're not held to the same standard because they're just people?
Yeah. But because Wanda is the Scarlet Witch, she's just... No, she has to be better. No.
Ridiculous.
No.
I mean, I understand with great power comes great responsibility. I've heard it 800 million times in my life.
Yeah.
Because I watch a lot of SpiderMan. But no one's taught her how to use these powers.
Yeah. And she did the best that she could every time.
Yes.
And for what? For her brother to die? For her love interest to die?
She had to kill her love interest.
Yeah.
And then she had to try to bring them back. And then she did it with kids. And all of that was taken away again.
Mm-hmm.
And then Doc Strange just shows up and like, hey, you wanna help me save the world? I know we treat you like shit, and you had to shove your husband in a giant hole one time, and then you had to kill him another time.
Right.
And that you've lost your children, and you took over a whole city because you're, been nothing but abused. And that one time Tony Stark tried to kill you because he was an arms dealer whose fucking missile blew up your house.
Yep.
That's enough. Yeah, hold on. I'm back on my tangent. I'm back on my bullshit again.
Yeah.
Tony Stark is the villain.
Yeah.
No problem that the Avengers face is anyone else's fault but the Avengers.
Yep.
I'm back on my Goku bullshit. Okay, bear with me.
No, yeah, I'm all for it. Go ahead.
The only reason that the first Iron Man has a villain is Jeff Bridges, Obadiah Stane. He just builds a suit of armor from Tony's Mark 1.
Yep.
He dies. Iron Man 2. Howard Stark fucked over Anton Vanko's dad. That's why he comes back for revenge. A Stark started the problem and a Stark solved it. But it's still
an Avenger problem.
An Avengers problem.
A Shield, an Avenger.
It's all coinciding.
In an umbrella scape, yes, that's how it works. It's still them.
The only reason that Thor, Loki only just, fucking, it goes back to the same Goku thing. Kill the bad guys that are just, because Loki is his own problem. Loki is his own problem. I'll give Loki all the benefit. That's why he's still alive, is because he's his own problem. Well, technically alive. But Loki, most of the problems, Ultron, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Most of them are Tony's problems.
Thanos is coming for the fucking stones.
Yeah, but Tony didn't make them. They were just on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can't with Thanos and Loki. So 2 out of 3 of the Avengers' big villains are their own things, but even a majority of the things that happened are Tony. Aldrich Killian, Iron Man 3. He was only a villain because Tony left him to sit at the top of a building while Tony got drunk and had sex. Mm-hmm. Tony was the bad guy. And Iron Man is just a redemption arc that he kind of did.
Kind of.
Endgame makes it to where he's redeemed. In my eyes, Endgame did it. But every other problem that showed up was Tony's fault.
Yep.
Claw. Ulysses Claw from Black Panther. That was another guy that Tony knew.
Yep.
And then he only got a cool robot arm because of Ultron, which is also Tony's fault.
Yep.
It's like Vision said, exponentially the more heroes there are, the more threats will rise to face them.
Yep.
Their existence invites challenge. And Tony was the first one.
Yep. It started with him.
Yeah.
Because you can't blame it on Captain America, because even though he was the first Avenger, he was a means to it. He was created to solve a problem.
Yes, which was Hydra.
You're right.
Yeah, but Hydra was just because of the Tesseract. But the Tesseract was... I don't think it ever explains how the Tesseract got to Earth.
I don't think it does.
Huh. We'll have to go... I don't want to watch 24 movies again. Anyway. Yeah, but the point of it is, even Abomination is because Banner's blood.
Yep.
The armor that goes after Thor is because Thor's an asshole and is deemed unworthy, so the armor goes after him because of Loki. Mm-hmm. That's Thor's fault. The Avengers, that's Loki's fault. But Ultron, Age of Ultron, that's Tony's fault. Mm-hmm. What happens immediately after that?
Civil War.
Civil War, that's all their fault.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's all their fault.
Yeah. I mean, it's an Avengers. The war starts over. The war starts over fucking the Winter Soldier showing up, and Tony wants to kill him because he killed his parents.
Yep. I mean, that's how it ends. That's not how it started. That started because of Mordo. Not Mordo. Zemo. Helmut Zemo. Yep. Look, fuck this podcast. We're going to go back and we're going to watch every Marvel movie, okay?
We were supposed to watch Moon Knight.
Oh my god, it's so late. I don't want to watch anything. I want to watch the inside of my eyelids. How long have we been doing this for? We've been doing it for like 40 minutes. It'll be fine.
Yeah, something like that. We can go ahead and call it. You want to call it?
Yeah, we'll call it. Anyway, this has been Clue Blind Productions. We're probably going to watch every episode of Moon Knight and then every other Marvel movie. And come back with more at a different time. But we're probably going to argue about Star Wars here sometime soon. Mm-hmm. But you all have a pleasant rest of your evening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
For sure. And also, fight us in the comments over all of our opinions because, yeah.
Because we like Yamcha in this household.
Yeah, we do. Shows up to every fight. Yeah. Goku's a bad dad.
Goku's a bad dad.